What kind of stuff would you recommend to someone wanting to get into graphic design or stuff like this? I have a little knowledge with Illustrator, but wouldn't quite know how to go further with learning since it's expensive. Yeah. Actually, I got a perfect example for you. Here's what I did. Not only just to learn programs, but just to become a better designer. I would just come up with companies and products that I would design stuff for, or create your own company that you want to that you want to create designs for. Like in college, as my senior thesis, I created my clothing line, which I then kept up for a decade as of this upcoming March as a way to have a creative outlet for product design. That started off as a student project. The other option is, and this is always a good option, is looking at existing brands and rebranding them. Everything from new logo to stationery to website to like whatever. Like, and this can be for anything from when in college. Actually, this was a project that I did. I branded Logitech. That was one of my class assignments. I did a full rebrand of Logitech, everything from logo to website. You could rebrand your favorite streamer. You could do your favorite beer label, whatever. Like, and the benefit of doing that too, especially if it's a more smaller company or public entity, if you share your work with them on a social media platform, like, hey, I did this for fun, but I thought you guys might enjoy it, they might look at it and get back to you about it. Like, it could be as little as, hey, this is awesome, thank you for spending your time, I'm glad you're a fan, to, holy shit, this is actually really awesome, can we buy this from you? Never go in with that expectation. But there have been instances where that's happened, or where people have gotten work off of those passion projects. It's not unheard of. But yeah, if you're looking for projects, look to what you like to do and the people you like to watch and all that stuff, and like use that as a potential sounding board as well. Yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Yeah, honestly, it's a lot when you're learning and when you're trying to build a portfolio. It's a lot of self-starting, and that never stops. Once you're out of school, the learning never stops. You may not be taking, weekly classes, but God, I Google how to do stuff all the time. Becoming a streamer and like doing design on the internet in front of people, just getting that whole process set up is an entire learning. Like, I'm always diving into new areas and new ideas and new processes for getting things made that were never even covered in school, not even referenced. Like, no one's gonna feed your creativity and your drive but you. It's all up to you, and that's scary as shit sometimes, for sure. I've been there, but if you're passionate about it, you'll make it work. This is the best job, but also the most stressful job because it's all on you. I remember my dad, my family was, so for a little bit of background, my mom and dad come from a very science and mathematical background. I've mentioned before, like, my mom is a very accomplished watercolor painter now, but she was doing that as a hobby before she retired and spent serious time on it. But my mom has a master's in hydrology. My dad was a civil engineer. Like, I come from very science and mathematical heavy upbringing. Like, my dad would quiz us on freaking fractions and I'm even blanking on the term anymore because I and square roots. That's what it is. Square roots. My dad would quiz us on square roots. Growing up. For whatever reason. Like, I grew up being really solid in math and writing and like all the like and science and all like the technical sides of school because of, you know, my parents. That's what they kind of reinforced. But I trended towards the creative arts. And I remember distinctly my dad coming up to my art teacher in high school, my senior year, and deadpan asking, like, do you think there's a career for my son? Like, do you think he can actually, you know, make it after he goes to college and spends like all this money? Because they were seriously concerned. Like, they obviously were, they had been nothing but supportive in terms of helping me pursue what I wanted to do. Like, any music class, any art class, anything I want to do. Like, I did robotics classes, I did game design classes. These are all like Saturday afternoon classes, like after school classes, because I was just chasing passions one after another, and design was the one that stuck. But yeah, they were seriously concerned because they were my parents and they loved me and they want to make sure that I was able to provide for myself. And I'm sure my dad also partially didn't want me to be living at home for the rest of his life. And I distinctly remember my teacher. This is the teacher that had also been taking design classes the same time I was. Had been involved as an artist basically his whole life and had turned to teaching as a way to kind of supplement that. And he basically said, it's up to him. It is 100% up to him to determine his success as a designer, as an artist. And that sticks with you. Like, no joke. It is both the most liberating thing and the most scary thing to hear that it's up to you. If you want to be successful, it's up to you. It's up to you putting the time in to pursue projects that you're passionate about. It's up to you to learn about processes and programs that'll help you become a better designer. It's up to you to make that call to spend the extra few hours working on a logo when you'd rather go out with friends pre-COVID or, you know, go play video games. That's the scariest thing, not just about being a successful artist, about being an adult. It's up to you how successful that is. You determine your own success, especially when it comes to the creative field. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I'm not ranting and raving. I feel like that makes sense. Like, what's the saying? Success is 99% preparation, 1% getting lucky. I'm always ranting, but this is important. I feel like this is like quality level advice. This is like God tier, S rank level advice from someone who's been in the industry for a third of their life at this point. You are what you make of it.